Last month, I canceled every single one of my AI subscriptions, just to see which ones I would actually miss if I only had $100 to spend. And the results were honestly shocking. I realized that in this absolute flood of AI tools, you don't need a massive budget to keep your head above the waves. You just need to identify the top 1% of value. Anything beyond that is usually just wasted money on features you will never actually use. So out of everything I tested, these are the only 6 tools that are actually worth the money. However, before I get into the actual tools, here's the philosophy behind this stack. Most people build their AI setup by subscribing to whatever's popular. ChatGPT drops, they get ChatGPT. Claude gets good, they add Claude. Midjourney is trending, and now they have that too. And suddenly they're paying for 4 tools that basically do the same thing. The smarter approach is to treat your AI budget like a team. Every tool you add should fill a role that nothing else on your roster can fill. If 2 tools overlap, one of them gets cut. So the stack I'm about to show you has 0 redundancy. Each tool does one thing better than anything else at its price point, and together they cover every major AI use case without competing with each other. With that out of the way, let's start building. For your core AI subscription, you want something that handles everyday tasks while giving you extras that justify the price. And right now, Google AI Pro does that better than any other option at this price point. It costs $20 a month for Gemini, which is Google's flagship model for writing, coding, and general reasoning. But the reason I'm choosing this as the foundation isn't just the AI itself, it's the bundle. It comes with 2 terabytes of cloud storage, which alone would cost you $10 a month through Google One. So you're effectively getting the AI for half the price. It also integrates natively into Gmail, Docs, and Drive, completely removing the need to copy-paste between a chatbot and your actual work. You can highlight a paragraph in Docs to rewrite it, or draft an email reply without ever leaving your inbox. That seamless workflow saves me at least 2 hours of work every week. The other advantage is Notebook LM Plus, which lets you upload more documents, recordings, and notes, and then ask questions across all of them at once. It's like having a research assistant that actually reads everything you give it. On Notebook LM Plus, you can upload hundreds of sources into a single notebook, with each source supporting up to 500,000 words. That means you can load in large collections of research papers, meeting notes, and project documentation, then ask the AI to surface patterns and connections across everything at once. I've used this to analyze patterns across 30+ client interviews in minutes, something that would have taken me days to do by hand. But Gemini isn't built for one thing that's becoming essential in 2026, and that's capturing what happens in your meetings and turning it into something useful. Every week, hours of critical decisions disappear simply because nobody wrote them down. Otter.ai fixes this by joining your calls and transcribing everything in real time. It works with Zoom, Google Meet, and Teams, and since it joins as a participant, nobody else needs to install a thing. But the transcription is just the raw data. The real value is the Autopilot feature, which automatically generates a summary, extracts action items, and lets you query the meeting later. You can literally ask it, "What was the deadline we agreed on?" and it will pull the answer from the transcript. At $8 a month for the Pro plan, you get 1,200 minutes of transcription every month with a 90-minute limit per conversation. That is enough to cover even the heaviest meeting schedules. To put that in perspective, 1,200 minutes equals 20 hours of meetings per month, or roughly 1 hour per business day. For most people, that's more than sufficient. So adding that to our Gemini subscription brings the running total to $28. Now, Otter is incredible for capturing your internal conversations, but it isn't designed to research the outside world. And if you've ever confidently repeated something an AI told you only to find out it was completely made up, you know why you need a dedicated research engine. Perplexity Pro exists for one specific reason, which is research you can actually trust. The problem with standard AI chatbots is something called hallucination, when the AI confidently generates information that sounds correct but is completely fabricated. On some grounded benchmarks, even the best language models still hallucinate a few % of the time, and in harder domains like legal or research work, the rate can be significantly higher. That might not sound like much until you realize that one false statistic in a client presentation or one incorrect legal citation could cost you credibility, money, or worse. Every answer comes with numbered citations linking directly to the sources it pulled from. When you ask a question, Perplexity searches the web, academic databases, and news sources in real time, synthesizes what it finds, and shows you exactly where each claim came from. You can click any citation and verify it yourself in seconds. That alone makes it worth the price for anyone whose work involves facts, statistics, or current events. For $17 a month, you get over 300 pro searches a day using the most expensive models on the market. You can even toggle between GPT 5.2, Claude, and Gemini for any specific question, allowing you to cross-reference how different AIs handle the same topic without paying for 3 separate subscriptions. Adding that to the stack puts us at $45. So far, everything we have covered is text, but to build a truly complete ecosystem, we need to handle the visual side of things. The visual AI space is a mess right now. You've got Nano Banana for images, Veo for video, Kling doing its own thing, Sora finally available, and new models dropping every month. Subscribing to each one individually would cost you well over $100, and half of those subscriptions would be outdated within 6 months. This is why I recommend Higgsfield, which completely solves this problem by functioning as a hub. One subscription at $34 a month gives you access to all of them: Sora, Kling, Veo, Wan, Nano Banana Pro, and whatever new model comes out next. Let me show you exactly what I mean. I'll head over to the Create Video section on the Higgsfield website and type in my prompt: a close-up of a dragon sleeping on a pile of gold coins. Now, I can click the model button right here, and instantly, I see a bunch of different models pop up in the list. This means I can generate this with Kling first to see how it handles the motion, and then immediately run the exact same prompt through Sora to compare. For images, you've got Nano Banana Pro, which handles product shots and realistic scenes, plus stylized options for illustrations and concept art. The Pro tier gives you 840 credits per month, which translates to roughly dozens of image generations and multiple video projects depending on length and quality. If you need more, the Ultimate tier at $68 bumps that to 1,700 credits. $34 for access to every major image and video model under one subscription. That's smarter than gambling on which individual platform will be best 6 months from now. So adding that to our stack brings the new running total to $79. Now picture this, you've just generated a video, it looks exactly how you wanted, but it's silent. You could record a voiceover yourself, but what if you want a different voice? Or what if you need it in a language you don't even speak? ElevenLabs is the voice AI that most professional creators use, and their starter tier at $5 a month gives you everything you need to get started. You get 30 minutes of voice generation per month, which is enough for short videos, intros, voiceovers, or testing different styles before committing to longer projects. The quality is noticeably better than any free alternative. These voices sound human in a way that doesn't give away the fact that it is actually AI generated. You can pick from their library of pre-made voices across different accents, ages, and styles. 30 minutes might sound limited, but for most people adding voiceovers to content they've already created visually, it's more than enough. If you scale up and need more, their creator tier at $22 gives you 100 minutes. So sticking to the $5 essential tier, our total monthly spend is now $84. At this point, you've got AI handling your writing, research, visuals, and voice. The last piece is making all of it work together without you manually connecting every step. Make.com lets you build automated workflows between your apps without writing code. And once you set them up, they run in the background forever. For example, you can build a simple sequence where a new website lead automatically gets added to your email list, receives a welcome message, and generates a task in Notion for you to follow up. But it gets even better when you connect your AI tools. You can set it up so that every time you save a document to Google Drive, Make sends it to Gemini for summarization, drops that summary into Notion, and then pings you on Slack when it's done. $9 a month gets you 10,000 credits, which is plenty of runway to automate the boring parts of your day. The visual builder lets you see exactly where your data is going, so you aren't stuck debugging code. Adding this last piece to the puzzle brings our final grand total to $93. And that is honestly a steal because you are getting enterprise-grade automation for the price of a daily coffee. But this system only works if you commit to the specific tools that integrate seamlessly. To save you from guessing, I've listed the exact tools we covered in the description down below. Go lock those in and start building today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.